Today I want to talk about how to put something on your Bengston Image Cycling List. In specifics, financial security. All right, this is the one that just people want financial security, and they insist that they want a pile of money. And having worked with, first of all, if you don't know what the Bengston Method is, you're welcome. But I will be talking about how to do this one part of the Bengston Method, which is think of about 20 things that you want that you don't have, create images for them, and then memorize them, and then we spin them around. So this is the create the images of things that we want. So the reason we want anything is because we will feel good. So financial security is really a feeling. It's not a thing. It's a real feeling. It's a thing feeling, but it's not something that you can take a picture of. And my sense is that there's probably infinite pictures that could represent financial security. And so how do we go about doing this without making it too abstract? And why does it matter? Why can't we just use a symbol why can't we just put a dollar sign and then really feel into what it would feel like to have financial security, have this little video playing in our head, the story of how empowered we would be and how we would, not have to do certain things because we're more financially secure. That's all feeling work, all right? But the idea is that little story that you play around in your head of what it would be like to be financially secure contains many, 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 many pictures. And you can pick some of them or one of them and put them on your list. So in a moment of financial security, you might be meeting with a business advisor, smiling and high-fiving or something that represents that this financial advisor really loves your stuff. That's still a little abstract, okay? A chart or a graph, I would also give that I actually have this on my list because I feel like since I run a business, it's like I need it to grow. But really, is that any different than anybody with a full-time job or more steady income that wants to expand? I don't know. I think it's better if you can get to the essence of what it is that you want. If you were financially secure, what would your life look like that you could take a picture of that's different than it is now? Because if you want it, I'm telling you that if you were financially secure, you would make different choices, and those different choices would show up as physical things that you can take pictures of and make images of on your list. So the gold standard is to create an image where it clearly shows you obtaining the object of your desire, and then you program the feeling into it. So say somebody wants to be financially secure, and if they were financially secure, they would buy a boat, all right? And they're not going to buy a boat unless they feel financially secure because it's a big expense. So you could program that into it. Another person might, if they were feeling financially secure, they might buy organic food because right now they don't feel like they can buy organic food. So what else? If you're feeling financially secure, you might take vacations, and you could have pictures of your vacation there. You might be contributing, because when you get out of survival mode, suddenly there's this generosity that happens, and so you might think of what would it look like to give to this charity of my choice. A little fly has joined us. What would that look like? Or not just to give the money, but what would it be like if that group of people that you would like to help were helped? That's even better. It's actually much better than writing a check to the charity, because we actually think that we need the mediation, and we don't know if we really want to, say we want to bring schools to some better schools to some poverty-stricken area in the world. Like, do you really want to give money to that, or do you really want to see well-educated children in that community? And this isn't like, okay, I'm doing it properly. There's actually a reason for this. So if my picture is writing a check to this charity, that's nice, and you've wanted to do it, and you put the feeling of empowerment, and I'm so happy I can give in this way. But if you instead put the image of those children, being educated, however that looks, like the children who want to be, what you want wants you. What you want also wants to occur. And when you have pictures of people and things experiencing the abundance that you think you would bring into your life if you had financial security, that is such a bigger message to the matrix about what you would like to create than anything abstract. That's what I think. Now maybe there's certain types of magic, and that working with sigils and magic, and I think that you can, I don't think it's impossible to program, symbols with feelings and then surrender these desires by putting them on the image cycling list. So if that's all you can come up with, I would say that's a good beginning if you have some of these abstract things. But let's say you have a pile of money, and you're thinking, Suzanne says pile of money is not the best. And I do have cancer, and maybe I want to be enjoying this money somehow. So, but you don't really know, because you're so locked in survival that you just really want the money, and then you'll figure out how to spend it. But I'm telling you that if you can think about how you would spend it if you had it, the things that you want to come to you. You wouldn't be able to hook up with that desire if it wasn't like a two-way thing. Like in my metaphysics, that's how I perceive it. So, but let's say you're blocked, and all you can think of is a dollar sign to put on you want more money, so you put a dollar sign on your cycling list, and you want a better image. So a way to do that is to put the dollar sign on a card and sleep with it, and ask your dreams to give you images of things that you would spend money on if you had a lot of it, so that you can make your list. It's like, or you could pray and ask God to help you know what would like to be created through you, which for the people who have a hard time receiving, if it comes from God's will, that they somehow are able to do that. So that's a trick. And then another one is to do art about it, and to just like do a drawing, and to let your subconscious say, I want to think of something that an object that I could put on my list that would represent financial security. And then you'd get a piece of paper, you already have a piece of paper, and you just doodle for like 1 minute. So it's not like an art project that lasts weeks or even days. 1 minute. And you just let your unconscious draw, doodling. It might do little swirls, little jagged things, little objects. And then when the timer goes off after 1 minute, you look at that. You've asked your unconscious to reveal itself in your doodling, and I bet something will come to you that wasn't there before. I recently did a private session. We did this with somebody, and her image was just amazing, because it wasn't just about having the house with the big yard. It was about healing her ability to receive from life. And she felt it in every fiber of her being, in a way that was not egoic. It was like revealed to her. And this is what I do when I work privately with people. Often we take an image and we spiritually program it, so that it will surprise you. Like something will come up and you go, that is so much better than anything I could have just thought of with my little head and my little thinking. And so these artistic ways, these sometimes I get images. I did another session recently, and she couldn't think of a good thing for financial security. She was stuck, I think, with, she knew that, you know, a dollar amount wasn't going to like speak to the universe the way a picture would. She knew that, but she just didn't know what kind of picture to have. And so I went in and asked my guidance, and I came up with such an amazing, like, it was just shown to me. It's like, like reading auras and things like that, which I also do. It came to me and I shared it with you, and we're both practically crying. It was just so spot on. So I encourage you to make every single item on your list that rich and that deep. And if you can't do it, then book a session with me. But hopefully that helped you.